for giving me the opportunity to analyze the impact of AI by some interesting graphs. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Zhou Jiaqi and my MIT number is S4128439. Okay, let's begin with me. Okay, next I will introduce the catalog. The part one is about how consumption hazards affect consumer and producers' welfare. The part two is about using demand and supply diagram to explain import duties. The part three is about exploring how generative AI affects labor market inequally. The part four is exploring how generative AI affects productivity and output in economies. The part five is about using economies to understand why people still choose unhealthy food even when they know the change is for better. Okay, let's move to the part one first. Well, the changes in the graph produced when the excess tax is levied as a result of the imposition of the excess tax, the price of the goods purchased by the consumer increase, and that represents a decrease in the welfare of the consumer in purchasing the goods, and the demand curve moved from D1 to D2. The producer can increase the price of goods, but after the deduction of the excess tax, the profit will be reduced. Well, the pink part, the pink triangle is the Darwin loss, and that means the loss of social welfare due to failure to realize the transaction. Okay, let's move to part two. It's about using demand and supply diagram to explain import duties. Tariffs are imposed by government to raise the price of foreign goods so that the domestic goods can compete with them. The imposition of tariffs lead to changes in supply and demand. For foreign suppliers, the supply curve shifts to left. This is due to the fact that the import tariffs lead to higher price for foreign goods and lower demand for domestic customers. Well, the Darwin laws of part 1 is pink and for part 2 is green. This means means the loss due to substitution effect and reduced demand. Okay, let's move to part 3. It's about reducing inequality and it's for the low-skilled workers. Well, as AI can help low-skilled workers to improve their productivity and thus their ability to work, it can help them to complete more tasks in a shorter time. As a result of increased competence and efficiency, this could lead to increased demand and higher wages for workers, and D1 shift to D2. Okay, let's continue the reducing inequality highly skilled workers. AI can increase efficiency by breaking down complex tasks into simpler ones, and then the need for senior staff will reduce and the demand curve will shift from D to D1. Okay, now let's analyze another situation is increasing inequality. Now let we start with the low skilled worker first. Well, with the introduction of AI, and we know its ability is to replace most low-skilled labor. That is, there's less demand for low-skilled labor, and the demand curve will shift left from D to D1, and the wet level will fall, and this will increasing the inequality. AI leads to the unemployment of low-skilled workers, but it is difficult for AI to replace the job of high-skilled workers. And with AI being more efficient, the number of highly skilled workers are needed to work with it. With more demand, the waves will increase and the demand curve will shift right from D1 to D2. To part 4, it's about AI keeps productivity largely unchanged. Limited by technology, AI may not be applicable, and as we see the graph, the AD and the AS didn't change because of the economy has grown slowly and the productivity has not increased significantly, while the employment opportunities have not increased and the wages have not risen too. Continue with AI for productivity. AI can optimize the production process and increase efficiency. AI will also lead to innovation, which will drive the development of new products. And as we see the AS curve shift to the AS1, the equilibrium output increase and the price level may remain the same or fall slightly. Okay, let's move to the part 5. It's about why people still choose unhealthy food. The first reason is the temporal discounting. These people tend to favor the pleasure that comes with immediate gratification, thereby ignoring a long-term health benefit, and so have difficulty controlling themselves when confronted with unhealthy food. The second reason is the bounded rationality. Consumers are constant in their decision making and therefore often rely on simple decisions or habits that prevent them from being able to think holistically, such as assessing whether a diet is healthy or not. The third is about the social norms and the environmental impacts. The choices of those around you will influence the choices of others, and the popular wannabes will follow the popular choices and thus engaging in unhealthy eating. While the fourth is the cognitive biases, misconception about unhealthy diet, believing that you will not be negatively affected by such foods. It's my pleasure to make this speech and thank you for listening.